Good morning, everyone. I don't know if I just drank a bug or one of the little pine tree thingies. Hopefully, I will survive. Because today we're going to talk about prepping and we're going to talk about water. While the water is still flowing through the sinks, it is a great time to start prepping for water storage. Okay. Now, you will hear people say you need a gallon to a gallon and a half of water every day per person. That's a lot of water, but it is a necessity because you cannot go without water for, I think it's more than 3 or 4 days. I think it is like the max that you can go without water. So you want water. But while it's flowing out of your sink, I want to give you some ideas on how to preserve water in the different divisions so you're not just going to utilize your purchased sealed drinking water or purified water storage. Okay, there are ways to store water for other necessities that you don't have to take your drinking water away from. Okay, I do buy bottled water. I do buy the jugs of water, gallon jugs of water, 2.5 to 3 gallon jugs of water, the ones with the little spigots, because those would be great later on. For example, after an SHTF situation and I have cleared one of those, then I can purify out of my rain barrels or my water supply and fill those back up with water. And, that's fantastic. Or I can go to the local pond over here, fill that up, bring it home, boil it up, and have water. So those are very important. I love those 2.5, 3-gallon carry jugs with the spigots on them. I think they're fantastic, and I do have quite a few of those in my water closet. I have a water closet, and I put my drinking and my cooking and my animal water in there, and my husband says that the floor is not going to hold anymore, so I can no longer put water in there, so I'm putting water here and there all over the place. Okay, so the divisions of water. Number one, drinking water. You're going to have water to drink. Now, what I do is I kind of follow the sales of powdered drink mixes, whether it's Tang, because I think Tang is going to be like one of the top things we're going to need. It's got a lot of vitamin C. It's going to be that orange juice that we're not going to have in an SHTF situation. We're not going to get orange juice. Who is going to walk orange juice to me out here in Indiana? Nobody. So Tang. I have a stockpile of Tang, and it's on sale at Kroger again this week for 99 cents for one of those things, so I'm going to stock some up again. Vitamin C, very important. But anyway, powdered drink mixes to go into my bottled water. I keep instant coffee, I keep tea bags, but everything I drink has to have water. Even my powdered milk, I have to have water for it. So you have your drinking water, okay? Something else I do is I save cooking water. Now, my cooking water, I save in milk jugs, 2-liter bottles, and then these things, okay? This is a 12 ounce, this is a 20 ounce. These were the sports drinks that my husband drank this past summer before last, when he was working. I bought him tons of them. So I had him bring home all of the containers. They're a very thick plastic, and it's already measured out. Okay, if I'm going to make a pot of beans, I only need this much water. And it's already pre-portioned for cooking. So I am going to save as many of these as I can, because I know that now, not only do I have drinking water, but I have cooking water. Okay, that's the first division. Because on that gallon and a half that they say you need, it's not just for drinking, it is for cooking. So the next division that we have, obviously, is for bathing. Okay, so with bathing water, it's kind of like whatever is in my gallon jugs or my 2-liter bottles, which is also part of my animal water. Okay, anything that has not been purchased that I have saved back is for bathing as well. And this is how the bathing situation will go at my household. Now, when I empty or get down on a body wash, I let there be about this much of body wash in the bottom of that container. And I fill it with water and I store it. I have like a storage bin in my bathroom, and there's body washes, shampoo, and conditioner bottles that have had this much product in them that I have filled up with water. Okay. Now, what I do with that is I have spray bottles. Okay. So with hygiene, this has body wash in it. This is my husband's and this is mine. And I will fill these up, and you can, well, I don't know if you can see the color in them or not. There you go. Whoops, you see my nasty fingernail. I was working on a really bad machine last night. So anyway, you can see the color maybe. Anyway, these smell really good and they're ready to go. And sometimes when I come home at night after work, I do not want to take a shower. I don't feel like it. I can use these spray bottles. I can spray my body or I can spray my washcloth and I can wipe really well. Something else that's for hygiene is baby wipes. Always try to get as many baby wipes as you can to stockpile. Being a couponer, I've got lots of baby wipes, and they're hygienic and they're good for your lower regions to keep them clean, because you don't want to be smelly or stinky or nasty. Because I think that's going to be one of the worst parts of me in an SHTF situation, because I cannot stand to be stinky. I have long hair. I would probably cut it off in a heartbeat. I'd probably cut it off because I wouldn't want there to be an issue with my hair. So anyway, cleaning your body, hygiene. This is great. Now, I found this and I watched the Prepper Princess. She did a video about hygiene and I was like, that's awesome. And we use it now. So we have our spray bottles in our bathroom at our sink. And when we just want to freshen up or smell good or kind of clean up from a night of work and then the next day take our shower, you know, we don't have to go into bed stinking of work. We can spray our bodies, we can wash up, we can dry up. This is fantastic. So cleaning and hygiene is very important on your body. Spray bottles, body wash with water, okay? So what I do is I save my shampoo, my conditioner, and my body wash bottles. And I have those with some of that already in it so I can utilize them, okay? Cleaning your body. Be clean, don't be stinky. Even in an SHTF situation, don't stink. Okay, anyway. The next division is cleaning, okay? So cleaning your house, you want to make sure, or wherever you're staying, you want to make sure things are clean, hygienic. Obviously, Clorox wipes, Lysol wipes, any kind of antibacterial wipes are great. And as couponers, some of us have those stockpiled, and that's fantastic. But they will run out. And where are you going to get them? You're not going to be able to coupon in an SHTF situation. So if you don't have them stockpiled, this is what you do. Okay, so this is kind of what I do. I have these bottles, and I do use these. I use these right now. These are what I use. I have one that's marked, and you can't see it, but on the top it says bleach, and on one it says vinegar and H2O. H2O is water, by the way. 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen, right? I don't know. H2O. So I have one that is vinegar and water, and I have one that's bleach and water. I use these now, okay? These are great, because it's going to limit the amount of water that I'm using to clean. Vinegar is a great cleaner, and bleach obviously is a great cleaner as well. So I can go through and clean. Something else I have in this kind of situation are my dish liquid containers. When the dish liquid is pretty low, I will fill it with water, and I have that set aside. Because not only can I use this for dishes in an SHTF situation, I can use it to clean anything. I could even clean myself with it if I had to. If I ran out of the other, I would have this. So there's a lot of saving of containers with me, because I'm going to save as much water as I can while my water's flowing and not have to buy a lot of water. I mean, it's what I do. I save and I prep, okay? I'm hoarding water. I'm a hoarder of water. Yeah, that's what my husband says anyway. So anyway, this one has dish liquid in it, and I can turn around and I can wash dishes with this. I can put this in one of those little sponge scrubbies, which I have several of them, because I'm not going to fill up a sink full of water and waste water to wash dishes in an SHTF situation. I am going to utilize as least water as I can for the maximum of cleaning. Now, I could add a little bleach to this, which I probably would, and I'll show you what else I do. But this here, I can put in the little scrubby, spongy thing with a little tube, and I can clean a few dishes. Or I can just simply pour it on a rag and wipe my dishes clean, and it's already there. I'm not going to make a sink full of water. That would be stupid. That would be so wasteful in a SHTF situation with water. Water is going to be gold. Okay? Some of the other things I do, okay, we're just going to stay with cleaning. We have laundry. Now you're thinking, laundry? Yeah, you're going to want to wash your clothes because your clothes are going to stink. They're going to get nasty. You're going to be working out. You're going to be doing more work than you've ever done in an SHTF situation. You're going to be cutting wood. You're going to be preparing an outside stove. You're going to smell. You're going to stink. You know, and you don't want to stink. You don't want your linens to be stinky. So, as a couponer, when I buy detergent, I always get the best price on smaller jugs of detergent. I'm not saying I don't buy great big containers of detergent, because if the price is right, let me tell you, I got it. But in my cellar, I have this huge cupboard. Now, when one of my laundry detergents is almost empty, or a bleach bottle, or a fabric softener bottle, what I do, I open up the cap, I pour a little detergent, a little bleach, and a little fabric softener, and then I fill it the rest of the way with water, and I store it. So I know that I can do about 2 loads of laundry per small bottle. And then I also have those bottles for later on, if there's an SHTF situation, that I can refill them and do more laundry, okay? I'm not going to put drinking water in a laundry container or any kind of container that's not a food type or drink type product. But I'm also not going to throw these away, and I'm going to fill them up so I have laundry water set aside. Once again, I don't have to take it away from my drinking water. And I've got laundry water. There you go. I have yet to see anyone do that, and I have told a few preppers about it, and they're like, why didn't I think of that? I don't know, but I did. So anyway, that's how I would prep for my laundry water. Is I would take one of these empty jugs, put a little detergent, a little bleach, and a little fabric softener, fill it the rest of the way with water, set it aside, and you have laundry water already while the water's still flowing out of your sink. Okay, now things that we don't think about are the first aid situations. This one kind of falls on its own. Now what I did was I took peroxide, and this one is labeled peroxide and water on the top, and this one, I can clean a wound really well with this. You know, it has a little bit of peroxide in it, and that probably has very little to do with, you know, anything other than it just would make sure that we can get some of the infection off or kill some of the germs when we're washing a wound. And I do use this. And as you can see, well, I guess you can't. The sun just loves this area for some reason. Anyway, peroxide and water is another thing that I keep in spray bottles. It's a quick disinfectant. Like I said, if you have a wound or a scrape or a cut, you want to make sure that you've kept it clean. Because in an SHTF situation, you can't just call up the doctor, hey, I got this infection. Take care of it. You could also put antibacterial soap mixed with water, and that would also be a great thing. And I do have one of those, and I didn't bring it out here. So what I would say is always buy. When you can get little squirt bottles, whether they're little ones or big ones, always buy them. Because in an SHTF situation, you want to keep your water under control. You don't want, you want to manage your water use. So always buy squirt bottles, and you can always figure out a way to utilize them to maximize your water in an SHTF situation. Now, in one of these in the house, I have antibacterial soap. I have antibacterial soap and water, and I think that would be the best thing to do. The peroxide and water would be the secondary spray. So if I was cleaning someone's wound, I would go with an antibacterial and water mix to clean really quickly, and then I would use the hydrogen peroxide and water 1 to kind of be the final rinse of that wound, and then I could doctor the wound. So it's another way to utilize your water. There's so many things that you can do. For your pets, you want to make sure that you have water set aside for your pets. So milk jugs, juice jugs, all of that. They can pretty much drink water in anything, but you have to really watch for heartworm with mosquito larvae. That is a major problem with animals drinking water out of, mud puddles and so on and so forth, collected areas. So, another thing with water that we need to talk about are how are you going to cook with your water? Okay, so I have this little 12 ounce of water, and I am in an SHTF situation. Now, I can put my beans in a pot, put this in there, and let it sit. My beans will gradually, or I could cook them. But, if I'm in an SHTF situation, number one, I'm not wanting to draw a lot of people to my area with fire. So I'm going to let things kind of naturally accept the water. So you put these in with your beans or your rice. And the one thing you always have to remember is if you're doing the long storage, you want the white rice. But you can utilize this water twice. Not only are you letting the beans absorb some of the water, and then you're going to cook with that, and then you can pour the leftover water off and make your naan bread. And naan bread is basically flour, salt, and water. And, I will be making a lot of that. So utilize your cooking water twice if you can. There you go. Water is very important and essential, and while that water is flowing, take advantage of it. Save back water. Also get your rain barrels set up. I need to do that. I need to get my rain barrels set up. Water purification tablets, water filtration systems. Make sure you have the equipment you need to sterilize water. And that's something else I'm going to work on, is sterilizing water this fall. I'm going to can water for medical emergencies, so that way I know that it is sterile water, and if there's a major medical emergency, I have sterile water to utilize. So always save water while it's coming out of your faucet. Very important. Okay, so with all the rain going on around here, we could be catching water right now, but I don't have my water system set up. So y'all have a great day, and drink, stay hydrated, and remember, save them waters. Save them.